Hey everyone, it's Deanna Fontanez from Pocono Television Network. I'm here with AJ and Chris, two of the owners of Jam Room Brewing Co. here in Greentown, PA. So guys, tell me a little bit about, I know there's this group of 5 friends that started this idea. What made you guys decide to start a brewery?
Well, it was a whole bunch of people playing volleyball
at
one of the local bars every Thursday night, and it got chilly in the fall, and the one friend said, you know what, I'm gonna brew a batch of beer if you guys wanna come hang out. And so we went and hung out, and a couple weeks later we drank that beer and it wasn't bad. So we started hanging out almost every Thursday for a couple of years. A bunch of guys and just brewing beer, playing cornhole, and just hanging out, and it was just a really good time. Then after a while, some of our friends decided that we were making pretty good beer and we needed to do something.
Okay, so it started off as just a fun idea. Then what made you guys open the brewery?
We were pretty steady with it. Every Thursday for a long time, we were making a lot of beers, just coming up with ideas. We were having a good time with it. And enough people were saying, you guys could sell this, I'd pay for this beer. So we decided to make that next step.
Absolutely.
And 2015, we incorporated, rented the building downtown in the local, down in Newfoundland. And we started there. All of us are pretty handy and whatever, so it was all together doing it. You know, we didn't hire
Built it from the
people to
ground
do
up.
this and whatever, you know, so it was just all of us, again, hanging out and doing it. And in 2016, we opened.
So that was your first location?
The first location was down in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania, and we were there for just over 5 years.
And now we're in their second location.
This opportunity came up during COVID. We moved in here and just spent almost 2 years getting it ready. Again,
Ground up.
the 5 of us, yes, we hired some people to do this, some people to do that, but I'd like to say 95% of it we did ourselves.
Absolutely.
So expanding to the second location and being able to do the 10-barrel system now, how has that changed everything for you and like evolved the business?
So when we started, we had the little 2-barrel system, 62 gallons of beer at a time. And just this summer, we fired up a 10-barrel system, so 310 gallons of beer at a time. It's a big, significant jump. So
Surprisingly easier though than a 2-barrel.
Yeah.
It's easier to do a 10-barrel batch than it is a 2-barrel.
it is. Takes less time,
absolutely.
a lot less things involved and whatever, and we get more beer out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had, at the old place, we only had 10 taps going. Here we have 20 taps going, you know, so we're experimenting with ciders now. Every once in a while we have actually 4 ciders on tap, so you can get a whole flight of ciders.
So a variety of things that everyone can try,
We pride ourselves in doing many different kinds of beer. We have not been pigeonholed into just one kind or two kinds of beer. So again, with 20 taps, we have something for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I was seeing on the site that the names of the beers and the drinks are music related.
Our buddy Bill, whose house we started brewing at, he was a drummer. He was in a couple different bands. And he was lucky enough to have the oversized house that had the space big enough for the jam room.
I was just that was my next question. Where did the name come from?
So we started off in his basement and brewing beer, and it was just called the jam room because there was band equipment down there. His drums were down there. There was amps and stuff, and that's where his buddies would come and jam, you know? So we always referred to it as a jam room, and it was just kind of obvious what it was going to be called when we opened up.
So when I walked in, I saw instruments kind of lying around. What can you tell me about that? What's that about?
Anybody who comes in can pick them up, play them if they feel free. I mean, even if you can't play it, pick it up and play it. You know, we have live music pretty much Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every other Thursday we have trivia and karaoke. But everything, I mean, it's the jam room, so it all has to have music involved.
So it didn't just start with you guys. You're bringing it for customers to kind of enjoy here
absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
The music theme is what we've embraced, and we're going to take
music
it forward.
makes people happy.
I love that. And the name, the names of the beers, the aesthetic of the place.
Almost every beer has some connotation to either music, a band, maybe some lyrics out of a song, something.
That's
every
like
beer.
And the motto that you guys have on your website. Can you tell me about that?
So our motto, pouring the soundtrack to our lives. We live it, we brewed it.
Love that.
We had a chalkboard on the side of a refrigerator. And as we're coming up with names, trying to come up with, I mean, again, this is, you know, just a couple of guys hanging out, you know, 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a week.
Maybe some alcohol involved. Maybe.
I mean, you are brewers.
The beer we were making was pretty tasty. I don't know if I mentioned that. And, you know, we would brainstorm, and we just wanted something that meant something to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And pouring the soundtrack to our lives. It was music. It was, we live it, we brew it. Yeah, we're here, we're doing it.
No, I love it
This is
because it
us.
comes from the heart, so that's
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely.
Last question. How have you guys evolved from day one till now? And like, where do you see it going from here?
Well, starting off in the basement,
We've come a long
2-barrel
way.
brewery, now a 10-barrel brewery. I mean, the sky's the limit. You
I
know,
love it.
We've never sold out.
Our first base was 720 square feet. This is 7,200 square feet. You know what I mean? So we're
So you guys are just
yeah.
One of the things we haven't done yet is sold our beer to someone else who sells our beer. You
Okay.
know, you're not finding our beers in a restaurant
Yeah.
or a bar or the local grocery store or six-pack shop yet.
Yeah.
But that's our
yet
goal.
is the key
Yes,
word there, guys.
absolutely.
Remember that.
Absolutely.
You heard it first here. So thank you so much, guys, for having us. Everyone, you're watching
Thank you.
PTN, the Pocono Television Network. I'm Deanna Fontanez. We'll see you next time.